Hello everyone and welcome to episode 4, the finale of Let's Play Manos, the Hands of Fate. This level is a bit different in that it is black and white, which is kind of a different, interesting stylistic choice. This level is actually based on the movie Plan 9 from Outer Space, which I would recommend seeing, even though it's a terrible film. Even without watching a Mystery Science Theater version or whatever, it's an entertaining film because it's one of those that's so bad that it's unintentionally funny. It's like a good unintentional comedy. Anyway, the soundtrack to Manos, the Hands of Fate is kind of a unique beast. It goes back and forth between these haunting piano themes that are obviously like recognizable as something you would hear in a horror film, and this kind of weird, like, soft, smooth 60s jazz kind of thing. It's strange, to say the least. It'll make you wonder where the director got these soft jazz things and why he decided to put them in the film, because if I'm being completely honest, they feel out of place. Oh, I will say this about this level. The noise that the UFOs make is really annoying. And this level is, for me, this was my least favorite level in the game, largely because of that. That and I got stuck on this level for well over an hour the first time I played through this game, and I just kept dying over and over and over again, and that really got on my nerves. Toward the beginning of Manos, the Hands of Fate, it starts off with about 10 minutes of film where there's maybe 30 seconds of dialogue total, and it's all these shots of the car driving around with the people in it. And you see shots of them driving by farmland in Texas, and it's pretty obvious that these shots were meant to have credits over them, but they don't. Okay, down below this part of it is where you get one of the Hands of Fate. And I already got it prior to the run where I beat this. So I wanted to save you guys my dying over and over on this level. Like that. It's pretty obvious that these were supposed to be where title cards and credits were supposed to go. And for whatever reason, they just aren't there. It makes me wonder if it was some kind of budget issue or what. I am not entirely sure, but they aren't there. They're completely absent from the film. And here we're getting to the boss. The bigger zombie and the smaller zombie, they're both zombies that were present in Plan 9 from Outer Space. The smaller one is kind of like an 8-bit representation of the actress Vampira. You know, the woman with the impossibly skinny waist that was in a bunch of 60s horror films. That's her. The Devin Townsend band actually wrote a song about Vampira that's well worth looking on YouTube and finding the music video for it, because the music video's got this whole cheesy B-movie vibe to it that makes it fun and funny, entertaining, and it's also got like this comic booky feel to it as well. So it's really something just kind of flat out awesome. I love that video. It's a lot of fun. Look that up and give that a listen because it's pretty sweet. I think this is where I beat them. Yep, there goes one. Once you get the bigger guy down, this becomes a much easier boss fight. And here we go. O Manos, thou art primal darkness. We are faithful, and thou art our God. Holy art thou, holy art thou, holy art thou. Thus begins the final level of the game. And this presents another small change of pace. Hello, Torgo. Okay, we're in almost pitch black, and the screen scrolls up slowly. so you cannot always see where the next platform that you need to jump is. So you'll have to be patient and wait for it. And it takes some trial and error to get through this particular level, because you kind of have to learn when you can jump and where you can jump to. So be careful on this level, and if you don't beat it on your first try, don't be surprised by that, because I doubt very many other people beat it on their first try either. It's not that it's unfair. I wouldn't call this level unfair, but it's hard to predict what is above you and what you need to do and where you need to go at times, and do it all in a timely manner. I just decided, fuck that guy. How are you guys doing? Star Wars is coming out soon. Are you guys really excited for that? I've been trying to keep my expectations in check for that particular film, because obviously the prequels are not very good films. And I want this one to fix that. I want this one to be a great film. And I think J.J. Abrams can at least do something significantly better than the prequels, because if his movies like the Star Trek prequels, which have their own problems, are any indication, he at least has the filming technique down much more competently than anything the prequels demonstrated, which there's all kinds of, I mean, the more you know about film editing and whatnot, if you follow down here, I believe this is where the Hand of Fate is. I lost mine. The more you learn about film editing and pacing and stuff like that, the more you figure out just how bad the prequels are. And the more that I have learned, the less I like them. And I didn't like them very much to begin with. I mean, they just aren't good films, which is a real shame to follow up 3 of the most classic films ever made. So I'm hoping that this really rides the ship. And apparently they decided to not go with the storyline that Lucas had planned for this. Watch out, because there'll be a green guy coming in, and he can knock you into this pit, just like that. So you have to be careful about him. He will knock you into the pit, and you will die. It is difficult to keep my expectations in check, I'll say that, because it's Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I bought a Laserdisc player so I could get the unedited version of the original 3 films, and here's the danger of not going fast enough, or the slowly moving screen is, it can get you killed there, because you'll be jumping to an area that you can't see yet. And if you don't know where to jump, you're not going to make it. And that's where you're supposed to go. This is actually a fairly short level, because up here is where it ends. And you'll go over here, and then there is a small boss rush here, because you get the Master's wives, and yes, in the film they are all wearing these white dresses, and they really, Arise My Wives, they are really all tied up like that. And you'll take them on 2 at a time. As soon as you kill one, another one gets released. They are easy to defeat. And here we will meet the final boss, the Master. You have failed us, Torgo. For this you must die. In the film, he grabs Torgo's hand and shoves it into the fire. Manos, God of Darkness, the Hand of Fate has doomed this man. And try to stay in a corner if you can, and try to avoid his attacks. And just keep firing. You'll eventually get him. He can be fairly difficult, and his attack can be a little difficult to dodge. Like there, I thought I had it, and I still got beat by him. But you don't have to do the level again if you die here. You can just do this again. But yeah, he grabs Torgo's hand, sticks it in the fire, and the hand comes apart from Torgo, and he holds it up while it's still on fire. And then Torgo runs off into the darkness. And it's obvious, even in the original print, that Torgo runs off into the darkness and doesn't die. So Lord only knows what happens to him. And we don't get enough. And yes, in the film, the Master, before he wakes up, spends a lot of his time just sleeping on this slab here, surrounded by his wives. It's a bit tricky to avoid, but he's not that difficult, and I barely beat him. Manos, as thou hast decreed, so have I done. Later. I am Michael. I take care of the place while the Master is away. And yes, this is literally how the movie ends. Michael becomes the new Torgo. Oh, this couple making out, they do appear several times in the film. All they ever do is make out. And there we have it. We beat the game. The actress in it was supposed to have a bigger part in it. But she broke her leg. So she was dumbed down to making out in a car throughout the entire film. Crawling hand, eye creature, Nilbog. It's goblin spelled backwards. That is a reference to Troll or Troll 2. I don't remember which. Manos idol. And yes, the Manos idol actually was in the original film, so I thought it was. It was up on the fireplace in the original film. And they said, hey, look, they've got an altar to Baal in the Mystery Science Theater episode. I always found it funny that in the Mystery Science Theater episode, the two mad scientists actually apologize individually to Joel for making him watch this because this film is so bad. And yeah, it is really, really bad. Oh, and it does end this way. Close up of the picture, and it says, the end, question mark. And when you beat it, you do unlock more characters to play as. So, yeah, that's some fun. Anyway, that's it. Collect all the Hands of Fate. I didn't get them all. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below. That would be greatly appreciated, and we will talk to you guys next time. Thanks, everybody, and goodbye.